Pablo Escobar was known as the king of cocaine, which isn't exactly Escobar, but it seems fitting. A majority of the world's cocaine was supplied by his cartel, taking him from poverty to having a spot on Forbes' list of billionaires. There are stories of him burning millions of dollars instead of firewood. He could lose billions of dollars without seeming to care, as his cartel was comparable in size to some of the world's largest corporations. There's really only one word to describe Pablo Escobar's wealth: ridonkulous. There are two major ways Pablo Escobar made his money. The first is white devilry and the second is cocaine. At its peak, his cartel provided 80% of the world's cocaine, smuggling 15 tons into the United States every day. It's unclear how much the white devilry brought in, but the narcotics earned them $420 million every week, meaning the cartel was making almost $22 billion each year. And this was in the 1980s when money was money instead of just currency like it is today. What I'm saying is, even though $22 billion is crazy wealth today, it was even crazierest in those days. As an illegal source of income, they couldn't just put it on the books and keep it in the bank, so they had to find all kinds of places to store their cash. Places like abandoned warehouses or remote country areas, places that paper money probably shouldn't be stored. For this reason, 10% of the cartel's income was written off as being lost to damp or being eaten by rodents. But they were making so much money that it didn't matter, they literally lost billions this way. The cartel kept their monopoly in many cocaine markets through violence. It's estimated they killed at least 3,000 people, including 500 police officers in just one city. They killed judges and journalists and even members of the Colombian government. This allowed them to simply keep providing cocaine internationally from Colombia. If the cartel had been listed as a Fortune 500 company, which some people called for, it would have been the 129th most valuable corporation on Earth, ranking above Starbucks. As Pablo Escobar led the cartel and personally controlled 40% of its business, it makes sense for him to have been super rich. In 1989, Forbes estimated his net worth to be $9 billion, but this was based on what few records they could find, so a lot of people doubt its legitimacy, including myself, partly because they failed to factor in the white devilry, but also because he at one point offered to personally pay off Colombia's national debt. The debt was $10 billion, and if Escobar could give that much away, the $9 billion valuation was likely wrong. Things like that offer was why Escobar came to be seen as a Robin Hood type figure. He built football pitches and schools in poor neighborhoods. Some today still call him a hero. Modern estimates put his wealth between $20 and $30 billion, which sounds about right. In 1989, he was named the 7th richest man on Earth. But Pablo Escobar's own son, who changed his surname as people kept kidnapping him for ransom, has claimed his father was worth less than $3 billion, saying had he ever had such amount of money, he would have destroyed all Colombia. I don't know what that means, but I don't believe him. He sounds like a crazy person. You can't trust the son of Pablo Escobar, that's what I say. Either way, Escobar was ridonkulously rich. If the $22 billion his cartel was making each year didn't already sound like enough, it's almost half the value of Colombia's yearly exports today. They held huge influence over the government of Colombia, but that could only last so long. As Colombia became South America's murder capital, the government turned on him. He was shot dead by police in 1993. After his death, the cartel broke apart. Several smaller groups took over parts of the cartel's drug operations. It's thought they took most of Pablo Escobar's fortune, and the authorities also took a big chunk. But rumors tell of billions of dollars in lost Escobar money still hidden somewhere in Colombia, just waiting to be found. So that's how rich Pablo Escobar was, with a net worth greater than the GDP of some countries. If you're new and you want more content like this, subscribe. If you want to support me, please share my videos with people you know.